Vanakkam. This is Hyder Ali Sayyed from Asivagam, United Under Tamil.
Yeah, can you say it in English?
Yes, he he has kept for you the same part of religion which he commanded to Noah, and what we have divinely revealed to you, O Muhammad, and what we had commanded to Ibrahim, Musa, and Isa, that keep the religion proper and do not create division in it. The polytheists find the matter what you call them to as intolerable. Allah chooses for His proximity whoever He wills and guides towards Him whoever inclines towards it. So here He has kept for you the same path, but the whole mankind have to follow the same path which Prophet Noah had followed. That same path and what we have revealed to you, O Muhammad, and what we have commanded to Ibrahim, Musa, and Isa. So all the prophets followed the same path which Prophet Noah has followed. And for the polytheists, it's the matter of what Siratul Mustaqim is all about. It's very intolerable. Allah chooses for His proximity whoever He wills. So it's guidance of Allah comes from God. So here we have a division, like all the ethnic society are following the religion way of life of what Prophet Noah had followed. So here there is a comparison between polytheists and what about and those people who are dividing, making religion in the name of Musa, Isa, and Muhammad. But these prophets, they have followed the same way which Prophet Noah has followed, and Noah is from the bloodline of Set, and Set is again connected with the first mother colony. He is the first Siddha, he is the first administrator. So again, mother colony itself is Tamil. So and Noah, as per the Tamil tradition, is Murugan. So and normally people don't know who is Shiva, who's Murugan, and what is the mother colony and Noah. And they start with the religion of Shia, Sufi, Sunni, Wahhabi, or with Christianity or with Judaism. So these people, they have divided the religion and they are outside the fold of Islam. So if the whole mankind has to follow what Noah had followed. So tradition way of life is been reminded in Quran, like for example, 7 Kundalini, chapter 17, verse 87. Then light upon light is talking about the image of God concept, chapter 24, verse 35. DNA memories, chapter 7, verse 172 to 174. We can get connected with our ancestors, Kul Devam concept, chapter 23, verse 199 to 104. And then there is a verse in Quran which talks about that every community has given up a sacrifice of animal is given to all the community and tradition way of life. And then we have the Sangam error, or get together behind the elected ministers, that is establish salah and pay zakat. So this is all what is being reminded in the Quran about the religion of Noah, which Prophet Noah had followed. So and since most of them don't know about Noah, about the mother colony, about so those people are totally out of the fold of Islam. Yes.
You can understand this verse this way, but the understanding that we have is that Islam was the religion that it was talked about. Islam, it was the religion that was from the beginning of Noah. So it's not another religion. It's just Islam, but in a very basic version of it.
Yes, that's what I said. Now, in the beginning is mother colony, and the beginning of the history starts with what you say, Tamil tradition, that is Tamil Nadu, Sri Lanka, Kumari Khandam, and from there we have from Adam jumping to Noah, and that same religion was followed by Ibrahim, Father Ibrahim, and from Ibrahim we have Isa, Musa, and Muhammad, and they also followed the same path which was given to the first Siddha, or the first administrator, the Set, the first Pandian, that is in Tamil Nadu, and Murugan, Tamil Noha. Noha is again he's a Tamil, and all the tradition way of life has been explained in Quran. So this is what Quran is talking about. It reminding about the tradition way of life which Prophet Noah has followed, and Noah, as per the Tamil tradition, is Murugan. And since many of the Muslims don't know about Murugan, and actually there is also comparison. The polytheists find the matter what you call them to be intolerable. So who are the polytheists? Again, when you go into these Greek mythological, the Caucasian settlers who came from outside and settled among the in Middle East, so they will find it very difficult for people to it means difficult to accept the tradition way of life of the natives, because there is a saying: the invaders, when they invade a country, they are not going to serve the natives; they are going to exploit the natives. So they will make policies which are anti to native policies. So this is what has happened in Middle East. So the Caucasians who came and settled here, they made policy which are anti to tradition way of life, anti spiritual policies. So and these Caucasian settlers, they are living on the land of the Tamils and the children of Israel or family of Ibrahim property. So, and the whole Quran is basically is a reminder for people of the book and children of Israel. This verse is actually the what you say. It's telling us in a nutshell the starting point Islam, and what Noah had followed, the principles and all those religion, and that same thing has been followed by Ibrahim, Musa, Isa, and Muhammad is reminding about that same religion, because Prophet Muhammad is a last and final messenger of that religion, that Siratul Mustaqim, and he's talking about the tradition way of life which the right from the beginning people are following. So Prophet Muhammad never brought any new religion. He's just a reminding, and Quran is a Furqan. It corrects all the previous policies, and separates the spiritual policy and anti-spiritual policy. That's why it's called Furqan. So the invaders who have corrupted the policies of native people, Quran is just separating it. So it's basically Quran is a book of war. It's a reminder for the native, so that they can unite and they can fight against the Roman Empire, Persian Empire, the Caucasian settlers in the Middle East. This is what the Quran is. Chapter 9 talks about that.
What did you say? The Quran is a book of war.
Yes, Quran is basically a reminder. It unifies, it unites the people of the book and the children of Israel. It motivates them to unite and to fight against the Roman Empire, Persian Empire. That's why if you read Surah Rom, when Romans were fighting against Persians, and then the believers should rejoice at the defeat of the Persians, means the Iranians. And then later, when Prophet Muhammad sent letters of invitation to Roman Empire, Persian Empire, the Persians rejected the invitation. So and Prophet never entertained them. The whole mission of Prophet Muhammad was to unite children of Israel and people of the book, and that's the reason why they established a new Qibla for children of Israel, so that they can do the administration. Because the whole the system is that the invaders, they will rule as per their law, and the native has to come up and establish their religion, and they have to establish their kingship. So that's the reason why. And the first king among the family of Ibrahim is Saul, and then David bloodline became the inheritor of that position. And the old Qibla, Jerusalem, the new Qibla, Mecca, became for children of Israel. So from children of Israel, tribe Judah, Moors, they rule Hijaz region as well as 800 years in Europe. So this is actually the history. And Prophet Muhammad never entertained the Roman Empire, Persian Empire, and Roman and Persian today are the people living in Iran, Iraq, Turkey, and even the Najd people who are right now calling them Saudi. Prophet Muhammad never entertained them. So Shia, Sufi, Sunni, Wahhabi has got nothing to do with Quran. It's a reminder, actually, in reminding the people who already have the book. And since the Caucasian settlers, they don't have the book, so Quran cannot be a reminder, and it can only remind certain verses. We cannot give all the Quran to everyone, because there are verses. If Prophet Muhammad was said to some verses of the Quran to children of Israel, those verses cannot be given to all the converts. You getting the point? There are people, as the history of Tamil people. There are some verses. Then there is a certain verses which are universal, like testimony which Allah took from everyone, from Adam lion. So for that, every children of Adam is involved. Then the system that Alam Barzak, that testimony is with God, with everyone. So when you are conscious of God, you will remember that testimony. And since and among the bloodline of Cain, Allah divides them into two half. One is the chapter 582 divides the people into two group, the Caucasian settlers. It means the Christian world, who will be closest to the believers, means they will adopt the spiritualism, they will talk about kundalini, they will do meditation, yoga. That's the European world are doing right now. They have brought in single currency, they have brought equality among their clan. But whereas the Muslim world or the Jew lobby is concerned, they are stiff-necked people. That's what chapter 5 verse 82 talks about. God has divided them into two groups. One is the Jewish lobby and the other is the Christian world. And the Jewish lobby are the biggest enemy to the native people, that is the family of Abraham and the people of the book, that is Tamil people. So we have to see Quran in that angle, not in the angle of religion. The Quran is not a book of religion. It's a reminder. It's a Furqan. It corrects the previous books. And the previous book which came among the family of Abraham and the mother colony, that is Adam to Noah. So, and it's a Furqan. It corrects the people and it unites the native to fight against the Roman Empire, Persian Empire, who now disguise as Shia, Sufi, Sunni, Wahhabi in the Middle East. Yes, and this is actually the main reason why the Shias, they don't read Quran, the Sunnis, they don't read Quran, they don't try to understand it. Wahhabism, they talk about Hadith. Then people like Zakir Naik, they are into comparative, entertaining people with comparative thing. Then we have Tabligh Jamaat, who are busy with substituting Quran with Fazail Amal. And Sufism is all about singing and dancing and elevating the Prophet Muhammad to the level of Allah. And then Shia is basically, we all consider Shia as the enemy of Islam. All the other sectors they consider, because these people, they have killed the Arabic language from the madrasa and they have promoted their Farsi language and the Urdu language in their madrasa. And basically, whatever the madrasa system is run, it's based on the Persian doctrine or the Iranian doctrine. So this is what are the Caucasian settlers have done with Quran. And previously, whenever there was a prophet among the family of Abraham or among the people of the book, it was they who have killed them. They are the one who have destroyed all the previous books and the scriptures. They have corrupted it. It is actually because of the Christian world. Actually, we know Bible. We know what is the story of Abraham, Musa. All the stories we have learned from those people. Whereas when we talk to any of the Muslim organization, they will only indulge in singing and dancing, that is Sufism, and uh, and they will talk about some basic thing, namaz and all this. And then Tabligh Jamaat came; they are substituting Quran with Fazail Amal, and then now we have these people like Zakir Naik, Tabligh Jamaat, Salfi organization, who are just disputing on various hadiths, and there is no point in that discussion. And you will note that none of these people are talking about Quran, because Quran doesn't entertain them.
Belonging due to four beastly regime disguised as Muslim world. Satyugam possible only through